Okay, interrogation second, unit third. Okay. Hey, Neil. Hi, Sato. It's good to see you. This case really has me on edge. Yeah, me too. The chief wanted me to tell you that we invited two special guests. They're waiting for you in the conference room upstairs. Who? Why? The CEOs of Millix and Dyson Enterprises. They're at dinner with Banny the night before he was shot. Millix and Dyson, as in probably the biggest mining companies in the world? Honestly, you probably don't even need to say mining for that to be accurate. Holy shit. Wish someone had told me earlier. I'm not exactly prepared for this. Sorry, I just got word from the chief. That reminds me, he also wants to talk to you too after you've questioned them. Alright, thanks for letting me know. Good evening, gentlemen. I am Agent Neil Conrad. Good morning, Mr. Conrad. Abbott Dyson, Dyson Enterprises. Morning. Dan Kim, Millix. Sorry to keep you waiting. Let's get right to the point then. I have a busy day ahead of me. Yes, of course. The two of you had dinner with Mr. Banny last night, correct? Yes. And you're aware of what happened after he left? We were just told. It's terrible. It's a tragedy. Our upcoming negotiations with Banny were of utmost importance to our relationship with Drovia. Not that you had any real interest in negotiating. What are you implying? I'm not implying anything. I'm saying very clearly that you only stand to gain from this tragedy. With Banny dead, any real hope of Drovian independence goes out the window, which means we maintain the status quo where you already have what you want. That's preposterous. Was I or was I not at the negotiating table? If everything had been hunky-dory, I would have stayed in Milan. That doesn't change the fact that the only ones who will suffer from this will once again be the Drovian people. Oh, come on. As if you give a damn about the Drovian people. The only aspect of Drovian independence you care about is the prospect of selling Tylium to whoever you want. Okay, you competitors. This is a different situation. I get it. I'm mostly interested in last night. Let me think. Did Banny seem paranoid? Did Mr. Banny seem strange last night? Maybe on edge or paranoid? No? but I'd never met him before, so I wouldn't know what he's normally like. What about you, Mr. Dyson? I knew him quite well. We travelled here from Drovia on the same ship. He behaved normally last night, I would say. I see. Let me think. Did Mr. Banny have any enemies? Anyone who stands to gain from maintaining the status quo, I suppose. Oh yeah? Or maybe anyone who was happy that all of Drovia will be really riled up over this. There was no real chance they would have gotten their independence from this negotiations anyway. But maybe now they'll revolt and just take it. Ever thought about that? I don't think that much about conspiracy theories, no. No, nobody concrete? Maybe someone disgruntled or someone who overtly threatened them? No. But to be fair, veiled threats are much more common in politics anyway. Any veiled threats then? None that I'm aware of. Me neither. I see. We think. What was that dinner about? If you don't mind me asking, why were you at dinner with him in the first place? The mining business is an important pillar of the system-wide economy. We talk to politicians sometimes. So it was a lobbying thing. And was it just the three of you? Just the three of us and our staff? I wouldn't say lobbying necessarily. Really more of a social event. Of course, you sometimes talk business with those. I imagine you do. So, were there important business things to talk about? We mostly save those for the trade summit, which I suppose will be cut short now without its protagonist. I see. Alright, thank you for your time. Could you give me your cell contacts? I might need to get back to you in case I have more questions. Why not? Of course. There you go. I want to say the chief's office. Oh, okay, yeah, chief's is on this floor. Agent Conrad, good morning. Good morning, Chief. Sato told me you wanted to see me. I do. Let's not beat around the bush. Agent Long informed me about your suspicion that a hostile power recently tried to get close to me. Do you have any reliable proof of that? I have some testimonies that point to it. That is, if you were the client after all. I found a girl named Leela tied up in her apartment. She works for the Lotus escort agency. She was going to meet a man named Lee Camwell 2 days ago. And that's why I thought, I'll save you the headache. Yes, I am the client. What makes you think a hostile agent was involved? Seems like the woman who pays you a visit wasn't the real escort. She had a procedure done to look very similar to her. She also seems to be in contact with Banny's murderer. We have a recording of their conversation. It seems probable that she tried to take advantage of your connection to the escort agency. I see. Any idea what her objective might be? Did you notice anything suspicious when you met her? Nothing comes to mind. She didn't seem particularly interested in my professional life. Did anything go missing since she visited you? Sounds like you already have a suspicion. Out with it. The fake escort talked about some data she stole. I think from you. Is that what the sniper is going to hand over at Joris Plaza? Exactly. I don't have any relevant data at home, except on my cell, of course. Maybe she got a chance to access your cell without noticing. I will talk about that with my superiors. I understand. Look, sir, I can't help but notice that you are dissatisfied with my decision to talk to Agent Long about your involvement. I was following the chain of command. I was simply following the chain of command. What should I have done instead? Kept it a secret? You could have called me before talking to Agent Long. I understand. I admit that I could have called you first. At the time, I thought I was doing the right thing. Agent Long is my immediate superior, so I reported to him first. This has been a rough night for us all. One more thing, Conrad. You didn't talk to a girl named Sheila Nowak, did you? I did. She wanted to know if you were all right. Might want to give her a call. Is she okay? Yeah, she's fine. Looks like she finally has all the money she needs to go to university. That's good to hear. We have to focus on the sniper now. The handover is taking place in less than 3 hours. Let's get down to the mission briefing. They're waiting for us. How was it talking to those two CEOs? They don't seem to like each other very much. What did you expect? Top mining guy from Jover and top mining guy from Gara. They're probably mortal enemies. I expected them to be less open about it. You'd think that rich and influential folks would be more reserved. But the truth is, many of them are the most brazen, least classy individuals in the system. Now that we have complete, let's recap what we found so far. Our suspect goes by Diaz, but his real name seems to be Boyd. He is still at large. He shot Banny around 1:39 this morning from the top tower of Sakura Hotel. Shortly after, he was picked up by an unknown accomplice who dropped him off at lower layers. That's when he switched to a stolen boat as his second getaway vehicle. He docked it at Lacuna Harbour, where his ID was picked up nearby a train station. He then paid a woman called Zara a visit. She seems to be involved in another scheme that might be linked to our case. Earlier this week, she attacked and tied up an escort girl named Leela Clark to temporarily assume her identity. She went to see an important client in her stead and stole some data from him. The sniper convinced her to give him the stick containing that data. He will pass it to an unknown third party at Juris Plaza on 8:30. Our plan is to intervene and catch the sniper and his associates red-handed. We're going to place plainclothes agents in the cafes and snipers on the rooftops. The operation will be overseen by Agent Kumar, head of the response team. Conrad and I will be watching from the sidelines, ready to go in if needed. Juris Plaza is a popular place with lots of breakfast joints. It will be swarming with people. We have to be very careful not to endanger any civilians. Questions? How will we identify the sniper? Conrad has been collecting data on what he looks like. We have to rely on that. Do you have any details on the woman the sniper visited? Not really. She was supposed to see our perp. It seems like the meeting wasn't part of their original plan. We're not sure if he lied to get her into the stick. If so, it's possible that he's not planning on taking it to the handover at all. Alright then. Conrad, go ahead and submit that sheet on what the sniper looks like. Take your time to go over all the logs and evidence again. We only have one chance to get this right. Okay, so the perp's hair is the... They probably have a... So, I know he's bald. And he's shaved with beard, I remember that much. And he Alright, we're gonna go cut on because it's the closest to that, so submit. I got the sheet from Conrad. Foreign Agent Kumar now. Let's get ready. T-minus 90 seconds. Damn, it's more crowded out there than I'd expected. I don't think our snipers could get a clear shot. Let's hope we won't need them. Did I ever tell you the story about how I joined the CDI? Yeah, you saved Mayor Glover's life when you were still a policeman. I was on duty that day. When I saw that guy pull out a gun, I didn't hesitate. That's when I landed me a job at the CDI. Shit, I was so nervous when the chief invited me for an interview. Nothing had got me that nervous again in the 15 years since, until today. If we don't book this guy today, soon we'll have to take in the fall for Banny's murder. We're the first in line. We'll find out soon enough. I've always wanted to join the CDI, and it seems like that ship had sailed already. Yet, here I am, because I've always been on the side of justice, and that's why we're going to get through this as well. Good things come to good people, huh? It's what they say. Don't they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions? That's bogus. Oh, so that one's bogus. It's baffling to me that after 15 years on this job, you still believe in some sort of cosmic justice. You said yourself that history had a way of working itself out. History as a whole, maybe, but sometimes the good guys lose. It's going down this second now. Let's focus. Seems to be a date. Okay. I hear a suspect. Hey, talking. Sounds harmless so far. Okay. Keep eyes open. No exact matches of target description yet. Person entrance B looks like a very close match. Copy. Unit Beta, go after him. He's headed towards the fountain. Can I get an audio feed? I'm not close enough yet, picking up the pace. He seems to be moving towards the man sitting right ahead. They're shaking hands, very likely to be the accomplice. Alright, Beta, move in and make the arrest. Get the suspect and his accomplice. Be discreet. Don't make more noise than you need to. I think they noticed you. The big guy's getting up. You spooked him. Get a move on. Other guy standing up and reaching into his pocket. Watch out! Gun! We got him. I was going to make the arrest when the big guy jumped out of his chair. He started to make a run for it, and the other guy pulled a gun on me. Luckily, I was already close enough to grab it. I think nobody got hurt. Excellent work. Did any of the other people running away strike you as suspicious? No. Everybody only started moving when the gun discharged. Good. Let's bring them in and see what they have to say. See, Conrad? Good things come to good people.
Once the adrenaline had worn off, the uncomfortable train seat and glaring sunlight were the only things stopping me from falling asleep. My implants had been injecting me with a substance keeping me alert and focused all night, and now I came crashing down hard. The confrontation at Joris Plaza had been hairier than expected, but catching the sniper and his associate was a huge win. I wondered if this was the beginning of the end of the case, or just its beginning. I finally got up at my stop and left the train, only to suddenly wake up in my seat again and realize it had been a dream. I decided to stand next to the door for the rest of the ride. A cool breeze cut into the train cart and through the haze of fatigue when the doors opened. I considered visiting Kat, suddenly feeling an urge to inhale the woody, slightly dusty air in our old apartment. Kat had filled it with what she affectionately called real things. She loved leather, cloth, paper, and plants, and hated the clean metallic surfaces at my apartment. Sometimes I did too.
Oh, hi Neil. What are you doing here? I just wanted to say hello to you. Really? Who are you? It's nice to see you too. Sorry, I'm just surprised. You want coffee? No thanks. I'm actually headed to bed. I'm just coming back from work. It's been a long night. Oh, that's rough. Wait, you didn't have anything to do with that shootout that's all over the news right now, did you? Actually, I did. But it was practically over by the time I got there. Oh my god, are you okay? They wouldn't have let me go if I'd caught a billet. You don't say. I mean, Are you emotionally okay? Was I ever? Okay, I get it. You don't want to talk about it. No, it's fine. Sorry. I'm okay. Thanks for asking. What was that whole thing about? Nobody seems to know yet. I can't tell you, but you'll hear it on the news soon enough. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're back in one piece. I have to catch the next train if I don't want to be late for work. But if you still want to talk tonight, we can grab a drink. I have to head right back to HQ as soon as I'm no longer a sleep-deprived zombie. But I'd like that once things have calmed down a little. I've got to run now. Hold on, one more thing. Laura wants to go to a party at one of her classmates' place tonight. I'm not sure if I should let her. She's only 14. But I feel like she has a hard time connecting with her peers, so this could be a good thing. What do you think? Let her go, I guess. Let her have some fun. Laura's very mature for her age. I'm sure she'll take care of herself. Yeah, you're probably right. I shouldn't be so anxious. See you, Neil. Please don't get yourself shot. Hey, wait a minute, huh? Oh no, you! You're the guy going to our flat yesterday. Tell that old scumbag to leave my sister alone. I did. That was really nice of you, man. Didn't think you uppers could help out a Savian. She left this morning, chasing a dream. Glad I could help. I have to get home now. Have a nice day. Sure. Fortuna's blessings, man. Thanks. You too.
I got into the elevator and leaned against a wall. I was so tired in that moment that my reflex of emotional repression whenever I saw Kat didn't seem to work anymore. It hit me with an unusual clarity that, even a decade after it had ended, I hadn't ever fully let go of her. I wasn't sure what to make of it, whether to be happy or to finally push myself to it. I concluded that I would probably just go back to repressing it altogether.
Hey Horace, how's it going? I should probably at the very least feed him. There you go.
Waking up in the early evening was disorienting. I sat up on my bed and allowed the memories from the previous night to pour back in. Banny's body, the hotel, Lila, the shootout. I tried to put it all in an order that made sense and got on my way back to work. A hint of the good mood that had overcome me outside of the villa returned. Once again, it stemmed from what had made me join the CDI many years ago. The feeling of doing something instead of taking a back seat and waiting for death. There was a time when a lack of purpose threatened to consume me, lurking underneath meaningless daily routines and self-doubt sabotaging everything I did. Walking among the people outside, I felt even more alienated than usual. It was like they lived in another reality. Many were just getting out of work, looking to do some shopping, meet a friend, have a drink. Maybe I would find my way back to that reality one day. I wanted to, yet at the same time hated the thought of it.
So, fellow citizens, we are the liberators, defenders of progress, freedom, and reason. These values have been integral to our society for centuries. But lately, they have become increasingly under threat. Religious radicals calling themselves the Savient Front are aiming to establish a theocratic government on Drovia. The Savient faith is based on superstition and rejects science, to the point where it endangers the lives of everyone under its thumb. We all saw 4 decades ago today what happens when a Soviet state is left to its own devices. We can't let history repeat itself. We demand President Robertson end this madness now. Put a stop to all independence talks and reinstate full Garian rule. We remove the radical savant Joseph Banny to get it started. If you do not start implementing measures to meet our demands, more Savient lives will be sent to protect our collective future. The Savient population on Gara will be taken hostage until the Garian population on Drovia is guaranteed its freedom. We must stand up for them if our government won't. Await our next move within 48 hours. It won't be as silent as the first one. Conrad, did you see that? Yeah. It was on all screen across the sketty. Come to HQ immediately. Gary, what are you doing out here? Thinking. Strange how the city looks the same as always, as if nothing happened. But that's a good thing, right? Fucking liberators. Ridiculous name. From whom are they liberating us? From a handful of superstitious lowers? Pathetic bullshit. Every single institution on this planet upholds the freedom of our people and their values. It's not like we're letting some religious fanatics take over the solar system. And somehow we didn't know anything about those fuckers before everyone else. One more thing we missed. At least we booked the sniper and his associate. They're both being interrogated downstairs. So far they're not very cooperative. Do we at least know who they are? We scanned them. The sniper's a complete ghost. He got a fake ID right before he checked into that hotel. The other guy is a businessman from Drovia. His name is Abraham Gonzalez. He's the CEO of a company called Power Up. They manufacture titanium-based batteries. Both the guy and his company seem harmless. No criminal record. Strange. Why would someone from Drovia help an anti-Drovian terror organisation? I have no clue. What about the woman? Any updates on her? Nothing so far. We do have another lead. Sato's trying to find out where the announcement was broadcast from earlier. But the most important lead are those 2 douchebags in our basement. You have a way with words, Conrad. Get down there and see if you can get them to talk. Will do. Did we secure that drive the sniper tried to hand over? Yep. And what's on it? About that. The chief said the Attorney General seized it. She said she has to evaluate if we have the required clearance level. The AG? Are you kidding me? That's a crucial piece of evidence. We need it. I suppose they'll let us in on it soon. There's no time to waste. We have to assume the next attack is less than 48 hours away. The higher-ups know what they're doing. You think? Let it go, Conrad. Go talk to the chief yourself if you have a problem. Ah, and one more thing. There's an article about Gonzalez's company in the news today. You might want to download it and have a look. Okay? battles bankruptcy. A report by Adam Lee. It's no secret that Drovia-based Power Up, one of the planet's most important battery producers, has been facing monetary difficulties for several months now. Technological developments over the last few years made Palladium the most efficient material to build higher performance batteries, overtaking lithium and others by far when it came to battery life and weight. However, since Drovia is a Garian company with no economic autonomy, Power Up does not have the right to buy its titanium directly from the mining companies based on Drovia. The latter are forced to sell the resource to Gara, which in turn sells its titanium to all companies processing the material, including those on Drovia. In light of this development, it has become increasingly difficult for non-Garian companies to keep prices competitive. This has put Power Up, like many others, in an increasingly difficult spot. It did not come as a surprise, therefore, when its CEO and founder, Abraham Gonzalez, publicly supported the cause of the Drovian fight for independence last week. As representative of the Association of Drovian Electric Companies, he accompanied Minister Batney on his business trip to Gara to defend the interests of his industry during the discussions between Drovia and Gara. And you can rest assured that we know what we are doing. I didn't question that, but the data is one of the most important pieces of evidence we have right now. The Liberators said that their next attack will take place in 48 hours. That's pretty damn soon. We really need to take into account everything we've got if we want to catch those guys in time. I already told you that the contents of that stick won't help you find them. How can you say that? Having a better idea of your enemy's motivation is always important. And you know what? You yourself were a director at the CDI for over a decade. Liam, please. I've got a lot on my plate right now. I don't have time to discuss this over and over again. The data is about something that happened during your time at the CDI, isn't it? What are you talking about? I looked at my Excel's history and saw which folder that woman navigated to. I don't have the access rights, but I'd really like to know what is in there. There's a lot going on in 1800. Let me be very clear, Liam. I can't work with a chief who doesn't trust my judgment and questions my orders. We've been doing this for a long time, Amelia. I deeply respect everything you have done for the Garian state. But as a CDI chief, I see it as my duty to protect all Garian citizens, and I'm sure that it is your best interest as well. I don't have time for this now. I'll let you know what the next steps are going to be. Good evening, Agent. Good evening, Chief. Agent Conrad. How can I help you? What's the AG doing here? I was wondering what the AG was doing here. We had a little discussion about our plan of action. Nothing you have to worry about, though. Was it about the data? Honestly, I don't understand why parts of the puzzle are being kept from us. Makes no sense. I agree. Listen, Conrad, I'm currently trying to find out what the data is about and why we don't get access. Don't you have a suspicion at least? You know it was on your cell when it was accessed. The data was on the CDI network, and apparently it was something I don't normally have access to. Until I know exactly what we're looking for, I'd like to ask you to respect the chain of command. I'm getting an important call any second. We can talk later. Hey, Holloway. I've been told that our guests are eagerly awaiting me. They sure are. I suggest you talk to Gonzalez first. It's usual rich guy crap with him. He's going to be surrounded by lawyers in a few hours. At that point, it's going to be hard to get any more out of him. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why is it people just can't buy their way out of here? We're lucky he's from Drovia, so he doesn't have a lawyer here yet. But He does have a Drovian lawyer on the line right now who's going to annoy the hell out of you. He's somewhere in space and there's a communication delay of about 30 seconds from what I understand. So if you want answers, you better have a strategy to make him talk quickly, because you can be sure that the lawyer's going to shoot your questions down once they reach his ears. He's also going to call you on your bluffs, so be careful. Got it. Thanks. Sato did some digging and compiled a number of documents that could be useful for your interrogation. First, he gathered some basic information on Gonzalez and put it on the pin board over there. You can take a look at it with your AR module. Second, he pulled a list of all incoming and outgoing calls from Gonzalez's phone. I'll send that to your cell. Give it a read. And if you have any more evidence that incriminates our guy, go over it before you go in. I will, thank you. You're welcome. Let me know when you're ready. Okay. Abraham Richard Kenneth Gonzalez. Okay. Not 1790, New Geron, single savient. Drovia Sector 1. Degree in Engineering at New Geron Elite University. Trainee at Drovia. Okay, I've gone through everything. I think we're good now. So you ready? Okay, yes. I am. Alright, I'll unlock the door. Good luck. Hello, Mr. Gonzalez. I'm Agent Conrad. Already talked to your colleagues. I'd do anything illegal. You don't have a right to keep me here. I'm a citizen of Drovia and you have no evidence against me. We could keep you here for 24 hours even if we didn't have evidence, but we do. Let's start with your associate. What do you know about Boyd and the data he brought you? Listen, Mr. Gonzalez. I know you had a call with him last night. We have Boyd on record talking about the handover of some data storage module at Joris Plaza. He explicitly said that he called the person he was going to meet at 11 last night. You have an incoming call at that exact time from... It was an anonymous number. An anonymous number. And you did show up to the meeting at Joris Plaza this morning. All this proves beyond a reasonable doubt that you have worked with Banning's murderer. Okay, listen. I get paid to fetch the stick. I was just following instructions. I had no idea I was meeting with, and I still don't know what's on that stick. Good evening, Agent Conrad. My name is Jim Miller. I'm Mr. Gonzalez's lawyer. Nice to meet you. A team of legal professionals on its way to advise my client. Until then, he won't answer any of your questions. Who paid you? You heard my lawyer. I'm not supposed to talk to you before my legal team arrives. Listen, Mr. Gonzalez, I've heard that... Your company needs Drovia entirely. You publicly stated your support for the Drovian fight for independence, so I'd actually be surprised if you were involved in Banning's assassination. You have the opposite of a motive. Yet, here we are, but you still have a chance to clear your name. If you help us crack the case, the public might never learn about your connection to Banning's murderer. Shit, I told you I didn't know anything. I was contacted anonymously a few weeks ago shortly after I booked my flight to Gara. I was told to pick up a storage module here and send its contents on my way home. Send it where? They were going to contact me. I have no means of reaching them. Who are they? I really, truly don't know. The person who contacted me spoke Drovian. That's all I can say. Wait, so whoever put you up to this is Drovian? Why would they work with an anti-Drovian terror group? I don't know, but I'm 100% sure they were from Drovia. I got paid to do it and not ask questions. My company really needs a cash injection right now. Mr. Gonzalez, I urge you to stop answering questions before your legal team arrives. You are complicating things for yourself and for us. My God, calm down. It's not like I've said anything that incriminates me. But he's right. I'll wait for my legal team to arrive. Fine. So, how'd it go? He doesn't seem to know much, which in itself is interesting. Well, it's more than nothing. Good luck with the other one. He's a tough nut to crack. Hasn't said a single word yet. Not sure if he has an emotional reaction to anything. We know nothing about the guy. He's a complete ghost. If you have any evidence that could be useful, though, you should go over it before you talk to him. Let me know when you're ready. So, are you ready? I am? Alright, I'll unlock the door. Good luck. Hello, Mr. Boyd. Do you have a last name, or is that your last name? Alright, Mr. Boyd then. I'm Agent Conrad. You made quite a mess out there. Shooting Joseph Batty put you at the top of our most wanted list overnight. Your friends just announced their next big project and you're uniquely qualified to help us get ahead of it. What do you know about the Liberators' plans? Okay, how about this? What's Zora's role in all this? Zora? That's right, Zora, the woman you met last night. I don't know any Zora. But I know you did. Why'd you take that data stick from her? You told her there was a change of plans she didn't know about. Was that true? Or did you trick her into giving you the data? Did you want it for yourself? Or did you want to protect her by giving it to the handover? By going to the handover instead? You two seem to care about each other. So, I'm sure you want to know how she's doing. How about this? I tell you what I know about her, and you tell me what you know about the Liberators. You go first. Alright. You'll be happy to hear that we don't know her whereabouts. She wasn't at Joris Plaza when we got you, and for all we know, she's leading a happy criminal existence. It's your turn. Who's behind the Liberators? I don't know. I never met them. They just paid me. Who paid you? I answered your question. Fair enough. Well, this was fun. Let's do it again sometime. Hey, neither of them gave me anything. Evening, Neil. Hey, Saito, how's it going? I'm not going to lie, that video was a little upsetting. I mean, I know that my religion is strange to some people in Gara, but an anti-Savient terror group, that's something else. Should I be worried about wearing my scarf in public now? I think those people are idiots, and I'm sure the vast majority of Garians agree with me. I know. Hey, I also have some good news. I found out where the Liberators video was broadcast from. It's a company called AdSpot. They own most of the billboards in the city. You want an ad place, you go to them. I took a shot in the dark and checked ongoing police operations in the centre. And what do you know? Someone at AdSpot made an emergency call tonight. Apparently, an intruder forced their way into the server room and gained access to a computer. I made contact with the local police department. They sent 2 officers who secured the scene and are waiting for you to come have a look. Fast as lightning, Sato. Good work. Well done, Conrad. And I will go to well done. Conrad and I will go to AdSpot and have a look around. We really need to get ahead of this one and prevent another attack. Why don't you follow up with some leads while we're gone? Trace the perp's payment to the hotel as well as the mysterious transaction to the escort. And maybe we can find out where the sniper's accomplice got her face changed. Conrad, I'm taking off the roof. Want to hitch a ride? You know I don't. Was worth a try? Meet you at AdSpot then. I need some fresh air. I'll come with you, Gary. Conrad, you could take a helicopter, but no, you're gonna take the train, aren't you?
During the train ride, every screen in the city had been playing news reports about the Liberators' announcement. They were the first violent domestic terror group with a political motive in recent Garian history. But there was something else that struck me about them. This wasn't the usual MO of a conservative group trying to maintain the status quo. It felt much more like revolutionaries hoping to effect change by resorting to drastic measures.
And he seems pretty nervous about his boss. Hey, Conrad. This is Officer Wong, my colleague, Neil Conrad. Thank you for filling me in, officer. We'll take it from here. Conrad, the security guard who called the police is still inside. Let's go talk to him. He works for a security firm named Cox that was contracted by AdSpot to monitor their offices at night. I already informed their CEO, Albert Cox, about the intrusion. Or rather, his secretary. She told me that he's been at a business meal since 17:30. But she said she'd asked him to return to the office for questioning soon. First, let's hear what the guard has to say. I'm not panicking. You're being careless. I want you to promise me that you stay home today, okay? Uh-oh. The officers are here. I'll call you back. Good evening, Mr. Brown. We need to ask you a few questions. Officers, I really don't understand how it happened. I was just getting coffee in here and then... I can't have an eye on the rooms all the same... I can't have an eye on all the rooms at the same time, right? It wasn't my fault. Calm down, sir. We're not accusing you of anything. Could you tell us what happened from the start? The broadcast began around 1800. Where were you at that time? As I said, I'd left my post at the front desk for a short break and I was having a coffee in here. I heard the sound of shattering glass and I ran looking for the noise. When I arrived in the server room, I saw the broken window and the video playing on screen. I stopped the broadcast as quickly as I could. It all just took a few seconds. Hold on. They managed to climb it, log into the computer and start that video within a few seconds? Seems that way. Did you see anyone when you entered the server room? No, it was empty. I went to look outside, but they were already gone. So to be clear, the video could have only been played for a few seconds, no more than 10. And if you stop it here, it immediately stops everywhere? Yeah, the screens across the city just mirror the ones in here. Look, my boss will say it's all my fault, but I swear to you Okay, thank you. That's all for now. Conrad, I'm sending a sheet to your cell. Have a look around and see if you can find out who started that broadcast. Okay, so we've got a new sheet. He said something about outside, so... Excuse me, Mr. Brown. Anything else you want to know? How about your relationship with your boss? What's your relationship with your boss? Honestly, can't say he likes me. I think he's been looking for a reason to fire me for a while. I think I only got the job because one of his top men vouched for me. I see. Anything else you want to know? About tonight. Did you leave the building at any time? Only one time. When I went looking for the intruder and I came right back. Did anyone enter the building except for you? Just me and whoever started the broadcast? Can I go home soon? My wife's a savient and after that video today, I'm afraid you'll have to stay a little longer and help us find the people behind all this. I'd feel better if I was with her. Called her earlier and told her to stay home, but she won't listen. I see. That's all for now. Ooh. Hey Sato, could you do me a favour? Of course, shoot. There's a presence sensor at the entrance of AdSpot's server room. Any chance you can pull its data from around the time the broadcast was started? Give me a sec, I'll check. I got access, but the sensor doesn't store any names. However, I could provide you with a list of every time someone passed through that door around 18 o'clock. Great, that would be helpful. Alright, sending it to you now. Remember that the sensor reacts every time someone uses the door, no matter if they're going in or out. Gotcha. Talk to you later. Okay, list of presence detector entries. Okay. So, this must be the computer they used to broadcast the video. Looks like someone smashed the server room window. Okay, so whoever it was smashed their way in. So that's why there's only 3. Okay, so it all looks like Cox Community Service around that time. Some more questions for you, Brown. Excuse me, Mr. Brown. Anything else you want to know? About those door cards. Saw that you used a door card to enter and exit the building. Yeah. Cox Security has 2 door cards for AdSpot. This one, another one in the locker at our office. Only our boss, me, and the other guard assigned to AdSpot can open it. They're not personalised or anything. We just grab one at HQ before we come here. Who's the other guard? His name's James Moore. He's been working for the boss for a long time. We alternate shifts here at AdSpot. Today's my turn. I see. That's all for now. Okay, so... Alright. I took a look at the broken window. There's a lot more glass lying outside than inside. I'm pretty sure that it was smashed from the inside, not the outside. You're saying they broke the window to get in, out, not in? Exactly. I think that whoever started that broadcast walked in through the front door, played the video, smashed the window, climbed through it and ran away. Why break the window at all then? Probably to conceal the real way they got in. If our perp entered through the front door, they must possess an AdSpot door card. That leaves us with limited circle of suspects, apart from the employees of AdSpot. 3 people from Cox Security have access to door cards as well. Cox himself, Brown, and his colleague Moore. Moore works here as well. He and Brown take turns surveilling the facility. Any idea which of them started the video? Yeah. Someone with a Cox Security door card entered the building at 17:55, shortly before the broadcast began. It can't have been Brown. He passed by the door 3 times since he arrived, which places him inside. Couldn't he have climbed back in through the broken window to avoid the scanner at the door? No. That's evident from the data in the server room door. Sato pulled it for me. There's another scanner there. Only 2 other people have access to Cox's door cards, James Moore and their boss. Cox has been at a business meal since 17:30, so Moore is the only suspect left. Good work, Conrad. I'll send a unit to arrest him immediately. You and I should pay his boss a visit and see what he has to say. Should be back at his office by now. I'll send you Cox's address. Get to the train. I'll meet you there. Roger that. Back on the train. Hey, Sato. Neil, good news. I managed to crack the cell of that businessman, Abraham Gonzalez. I found a deleted message that is extremely interesting. Seems like someone hired him to fetch the data module on Gara. And here's the kicker. The message was sent from the Mercurius network. The what now? The Mercurius network is only accessible to really big companies. They have to be publicly traded and count more than 10,000 employees. What's more, the message was sent via a highly encrypted channel of the network. Those are exclusively accessible to high-ranking executives. That means that whoever sent this message to Gonzalez is someone high up at a big company. Not just high up, it practically has to be the CEO. Good job, Saito. Sounds like a solid lead. I'll forward you the message and a list of all companies in the solar system that match the criteria. I'm also opening a sheet about who's behind the Liberators. Oh, and one more thing. I also managed to extract a message from the sniper's cell. Looks like he sent it to the woman who stole the data from our chief. You might want to have a look at that as well. I'll forward it to your cell. Copy that. Talk to you later. Okay. We've got new things. Okay, list of companies that could be behind the Liberators. Okay. Mr. Gonzalez, as promised, I'm sending you more detailed instructions for your mission on Gara. On 1845th, I'll wait for your contact person at the big fountain on Joris Plaza. She will hand you a data stick that you will take with you when you leave the planet in the evening. As soon as you have left the Garian network, you will be provided with the exact address to send the data to. As agreed, you are strictly forbidden from asking questions or trying to find out what the data is about. Discretion is of the utmost importance for this mission. As soon as the module is in my possession, the agreed upon fee will be transferred to your bank account. Okay. Sora, you probably figured out by now that I lied to you about Williams asking me to take care of the handover. Pretty sure you're mad as hell and I'm sorry for that. Thing is, I have a bad feeling about this whole mission and I really couldn't stand it if you got hurt. We promised each other that this was the last job we would accept, and that we would get out of it all afterwards. However, after the last few days, I realised that going back to normal after all those years scares the shit out of me. I'm not like you. What am I trying to say is, if I don't get out of this, I want you to quit nonetheless and do what we were planning to do. I'm sure it'll make you happy. Maybe not immediately, but surely after a while. If everything goes as planned, I'll be with you in no time, and I'm sure I'll find a way to get used to the normal life. If it doesn't, don't look back and don't come looking for me. Boyd. Hey, Gary. Conrad! I'm having car troubles, but I'll be there soon. Car troubles, huh? Save it, Conrad. This is literally the first time you got somewhere faster than me. While you're waiting, you could swing by the restaurant where Cox presumably had dinner and check his alibi. We asked for them to send over tonight's surveillance footage. They said that their camera is unfortunately broken right now. Seems to be one of those locations where privacy is part of the service. The restaurant is in the layer above Cox's office and the train station. Go upstairs and take a left. You could have a chat with his wife if she's still here. Her name is Yvonne Cox. Roger that. See you in a bit. I'll give you a call when I have an ETA. Good evening, sir. Do you have a reservation? Evening. I'd like to talk to Yvonne Cox. Is she here? I must ask. Is she expecting you? Not really, no. I'm sorry, but I can only let you in as part of a reservation. Neil Conrad, CDI. Would you please lead me to Mrs. Cox? Would you please follow me? And that's why it's vital that we keep negotiating with them, no matter what Albert says. Mrs. Cox? Yes? Who are you? Neil Conrad, CDI. Sorry to interrupt, but I'd like to ask you a few questions. CDI? What did I do to deserve your attention? It's about your husband, actually. Well... Excuse me, Mr. Conrad. Jacqueline Hendricks, attorney at law. Miss Cox is my client. You realize that she's not obligated to give you any information about... It's okay, Jacqueline. Let's talk, Mr. Conrad. Would you mind if we stepped outside? I need some fresh air. Jacqueline is a little overprotective sometimes. That's how you know a lawyer is worth their salt. You said this was about Albert. What is it you want to ask me? I was wondering if you could tell me where your husband was around 6 o'clock tonight. We met here with Jacqueline at 17:30 and discussed some business decisions over dinner. About half an hour ago, Albert got a phone call and excused himself. That was us. Sorry for interrupting your dinner. Did Mr. Cox act strange in any way over the last few days? I have no idea. Last time I saw him before tonight must have been 2 weeks ago. Albert and I don't live together anymore. We have all but separated. You're getting a divorce? Maybe. It would be very complicated for our businesses. I see. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for taking the time. Gary, what's up? I'll be there in 10 minutes. What about you? Did you talk to the wife? Yeah, she corroborates his alibi. Do you believe her? I didn't have the impression she'd lie to protect him. Their marriage is apparently more of a pragmatic arrangement at this point. I see. Listen, I got bad news. Moore's not home. He's on a holiday, according to his wife. She said he went to Manani Tree Resort. We're currently trying to confirm this and get a hold of him. Why don't you talk to Moore's wife? See if you can buy that story. Sato says you're very close by. Move up a layer or two and make a right to leave the market. She'll find her apartment there. Come back down to Cox's office when you're done. It's right near the train station. I'll be there in 10.
On my way up to Moore's apartment, I walked through aromatic clouds of fried rice, fish, and mystery meat. I'd been down to Paloon Market once before, with Catherine. It almost surprised me to see that none of the platforms had collapsed in the years since. People were still selling the same junk, some of it probably stolen halfway across the planet.
Anybody home? Who's there? Agent Neil Conrad, CDI. I already talked to your colleagues. I know. I'm sorry to bother you once more. You said that your husband went on a vacation. Is that right? Why didn't you come in? Can I see your badge? Of course. James went to Manani Tree Resort. His flight left last night after work. Is there a way to contact him? He left his cell here because he wanted some peace and quiet. What exactly do you want from him? I hope he's not in trouble. Why would you say that? Does he get in trouble a lot? No, not lately. Wouldn't everyone be worried about the CDI knocking on the door? Not lately. Does your husband have a criminal record? He made some mistakes years ago, and he did his time for it. What did he do? His boss asked him to make a delivery of illegal substances. James got caught, and his boss said he knew nothing about it. Who was his boss at the time? Not Mr. Cox, I suppose. Oh, it was Cox, all right. James was in prison for almost a year and went right back to working for him. He didn't hold a grudge at all? Let's say he didn't have much of a choice. It's hard enough finding a job nowadays, even more so with a criminal record. Thank you, Mrs. Moore. That's all for now. If your husband gets in touch, tell him to contact me. Here's my cell info. Do you mind if I have a quick look around? Look around? Why not? But please don't make a mess. Okay, so... a single plate in the sinks. Looks like she had dinner alone. Oxycontin, a highly addictive substance used in lung disease treatment. Charges against Cox Security. Last week, a delivery van belonging to the company Cox Security was stopped as part of a routine traffic control. The police found an undisclosed amount of mind-altering substances stowed away under the landing area and arrested the driver on the spot. Facing charges of drug trafficking, the CEO of Cox Security has denied any involvement and claimed the driver was acting of his own accord. If the driver admits fault, he is looking up to... Negotiations in the Hope scandal finally came to a close last Monday. Melix Mining had made negative headlines almost 16 years ago when hundreds of employees filed a class action lawsuit against the mining giant. Many of them had suffered permanent lung damage after allegedly having been exposed to harmful gases over prolonged periods of time in the mining chamber dubbed Hope on FEMAS. A long, slow and expensive back and forth of appeals followed until last week, When the Interplanetary Court finally ruled that the company would not be held accountable and did not have to compensate the alleged victims, this conclusion is viewed by many as a great failure of the federal justice system. Neither the mining lobby's system-wide influence nor the Federation's interest in Miller's economic success are a secret, leading many to openly question the integrity of the court's decision. Conrad, how'd it go with Moore's wife? Well, she doesn't seem to know what her husband's up to. I took a look around the place, though. Good. We need all the information we can get. I'm almost at Cox's building. Meet you there. Okay, so he said it was near the train station.
Oftentimes in our investigations, the obvious solution would turn out to be the right one. People usually acted in accordance with their interests and their emotions. Whoever we first thought did it, they often turned out to have done it. With Moore and everyone else we had met so far, it always felt that we were at least one step removed from the truth. Nothing about this case was obvious.
Conrad, we need to go up here. Cox has probably been waiting for us for a while. What's with the shabby building? I thought this was a big company. It's just one of their bases of operation, apparently. Listen, Conrad. I just got a call from the AG. She ordered us to arrest Cox. What? From the AG herself? Why? I thought we were just going to question him. Did you tell the AG that we don't suspect Cox of starting the broadcast? I did, but I guess there's been a change of plans. Why does she want us to arrest him? She said that we have strong reason to believe that he's part of the Liberators. Did she bother telling you what she's basing that on? No. No? We don't have time to waste here, Conrad. Let's go get him. Do you want to do the talking? I'll see if I can have a look around in the meantime. Sure. I don't think he's going to give us trouble, but keep on your toes. He's big in the security business after all. Doorbell. Very low check. Good evening, Mr. Cox. I'm Agent Long, and this is my partner, Agent Conrad. Good evening. I'm sorry I don't have more chairs in here. We'll stand. I heard there was a break-in on Mr. Brown's watch. Didn't expect this sort of slip-up from him. I apologise. We're not here for him, actually, Mr. Cox. You are under arrest. You are suspected of providing support for an interplanetary conspiracy. I see. Shit! Gary! Put down that gun immediately. Get out of my way. You just shot a CDI agent. It's over, Mr. Cox. Oh, please. Don't overestimate your power. Shooting an agent starts an alarm. Shooting a CDI agent causes a citywide alarm. They're already locking down the area. No. You're bluffing. I'm not. This is your last chance to surrender. Fuck you. You won't get anything from me. Put down your weapon and turn around to the wall. Police, drop your weapons right now. It's under control, officers. Stand down. I'm Neil Conrad, CDI. We're coming up. If we see a gun, we'll shoot. Listen to me. I'm CDI. My partner was shot and needs medical attention. Mr. Cox opened fire on us. We're coming in. No sudden movements. I will put away my gun if you keep yours pointed at Mr. Cox, okay? What's going on here? My partner and I came to question Mr. Cox. He opened fire on us without warning. Show me your badge. C. I'm CDI. My name is Neil Conrad. This is my partner, Gary Long. He needs medical attention. Keep an eye on this guy, please. He's highly dangerous. I have to check on my partner. Okay. Marquise, make sure the building is clear and call for a medical team. I'll keep an eye on the perp. Gary, come on. Say something. I'm okay. I'm okay. You sure? I'm sure. Just hit my head when I fell. Oh, thank fuck you're wearing your vest. Always when I'm on the field. See, our friend is still alive. Going to be an interesting talk later. Fuck you! I'm not going to tell you anything. I was not ready for that. Fuck. Neither was I. We should have been more careful. Looks like the AG had a point when she asked us to arrest him. Told you the higher-ups know what they're doing. Let's have a look around. There's probably something in here Cox really didn't want us to say. Security received a prize from the DE grant years ago. Gary, come check this out. Looks like Cox was destroying records. Think we interrupted him. Don't touch anything. I'll get a team here to salvage whatever's possible. Sounds good. What should I do next? Go home and take a few hours off. Let the adrenaline settle. Sounds good. But if you find something out about those drives on the next attack or Mr. Moore, I'll give you a call. But go home. I'll let the chief know what happened. Copy that. Hey, Neil. Hey, Kat. Everything all right? No. Laura's disappeared. What do you mean, disappeared? I let her go to that stupid party, but she promised she would be home over an hour ago. Have you tried calling her? Of course, but she's not answering. She's probably having fun and forgot the time. But why won't she pick up? It's not like her. Maybe the music is too loud? I'm sure she'll come home once she realizes you tried to reach her. She won't want you to worry for too long. All right. Hey, Neil, you want to swing by for a glass of wine? I'm on the train right now on my way back from work and I'm pretty tired. Is it okay if I swing by spontaneously? Oh, yeah, of course. I'm sitting here waiting anyway. If I'm too tired to come and she's still not there in an hour, give me a call, okay? Okay. Hey, wanna go up to the roof? Yeah? Why not? Haven't been up there in a while. It was one of the reasons why we rented the apartment, remember? Of course I do. Getting excited about things is so easy when you're 24. You want a cigarette? I don't. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Still the same brand, huh? Yeah, I'm getting a little tired of it, but changing things about your life would mean too much work. Funny. Come on, it wasn't aimed at you. I'm that way too. Everyone is. So, how's life going? Okay, I guess. Yours? Same. I know it's silly, but I sometimes still wonder why it didn't work out with us. There was a time when I was so sure we were a perfect match. I've asked myself the same a million times. And I came up with lots of different answers. We were too young for a kid, I was too focused on my new job, our place was too small. I wanted to find that one good reason to explain it to myself, to make sense of it. But honestly, I think we were just bad at it. We couldn't stop fighting about the same small bullshit. We kept hurting each other for no reason until we reached a point of no return. That's it. Maybe you're right. But that's sad, don't you think? Yeah. Don't worry too much about Laura. I'm sure she's fine. We should be happy for her that she's having a good time at that party. You said yourself that she had some trouble fitting in with the other kids. Yeah, I know. It's just... I think about the shit I did when I was her age. That's probably why I worry so much about her. But you turned out okay, and I'm sure Laura will too. She's smart. I can barely keep my eyes open. I have to go home now before I fall off this roof. If Laura isn't home in an hour, give me a call, okay? I will. Thanks for swinging by. It was nice to be up here with you again. I'll stay a little longer. What a throwback, huh? It was nice. See you soon.
I met my own tired gaze in the glass. There were so many things on my mind. Laura's disappearance worried me more than I had shown. I thought maybe it had been the wrong call to let her go to that party. In hindsight, it probably wouldn't have mattered. And then there was Cox. I was curious about his explanation as to why he had opened fire on us. But mostly, I was glad that I hadn't had to shoot him.
Welcome, Mr. Conrad. Your visitor is waiting inside. Visitor? I'm not expecting anyone. Who is it? Your visitor is ID unknown. What the? I didn't tell you that I was expecting someone. Why'd you let them in? I'm sorry. I did not understand the question. Stupid fucking thing. I'll see for myself. You can put that gun away. Who are you? You got a nice place up here. They pay you well. Show me your face. Turn around. Okay. Lila? Who? Oh, right. My face. I don't like it, to be honest. Wait. It's you. You're the one who assaulted Lila. I'm Zora. Nice to meet you. Slowly put your hands up. I'm here to talk. Put your hands up or I'll be forced to shoot. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. You can make your own decisions. What do you want? We need a guy in the CDI to help us out with a few things. And why the fuck would I do that? We have your daughter. I should have led with that. You what? We took your daughter, Laura. No, you're full of shit. You can ask your ex. She's not at home. Where is she? She's safe with us. You work for the Liberators, right? I have a record of your conversation with the man who shot Banny. Is stealing little girls really how they're trying to stand up for their ideals? You have to ask them. I don't know or care what they believe in. We're just getting paid. Or rather, we were supposed to, but then you showed up and botched the final step of the plan. Who is we? The kind of people you call when you want a foreign minister dead. So, you're mercenaries. What do you call yourselves? It wouldn't help you even if I told you. And stealing the chief's data was part of your contract with the Liberators? So, you pieced that together already? Yes. What was on that stick that made it so important? No idea. Wait, you don't know either. I thought you had the drive. I don't. And I don't think I'll get my hands on it anytime soon. Who has it then if you don't? My superiors, if it still exists at all. That complicates things. I guess we'll have to move on to plan B right away. Since the handover went south, the Liberators refused to pay us. We need that data to get our money after all. This is where you come in. If you figure out what the data is about, we might be able to locate it in the CDI database and extract it. I'll send a private sheet to your cell. Submit it to us once you've found out. I will do no such thing. Don't be difficult, and hand me your cell for a minute, will you? Why? You don't need it to open a sheet. That's for something else. I need access to the CDI network for a moment. What for? To set up a back door for our hack. Why are you telling me all this? I could arrest you right here but you won't. And I doubt that you could. I'm telling you this because we work together now. The better you do your part, the sooner our client pays us, and the sooner you see your daughter again. If you do anything on my cell, they will trace it back to me. Don't worry. I'll use someone else's credentials. Whose credentials? It doesn't matter. Give me your cell. At least tell me who I'd be throwing under the bus. Gary Long. What? No. His job means everything to him. Is that really more important to you than Laura's safety? Come on. She's your only bargaining chip. I'll try and find out what that data was about. That's got to count for something. You're definitely not increasing her chances if you don't cooperate now. Just use Gary's login. Please cover your tracks. Gary can't be fired over this. Thank you. Done. So, that's it then. I gave you access and I'll tell you all I find out about that data. You'll let Laura go now, right? This was just the first step. If you keep cooperating, you'll see her again soon. Please, just let her go. She doesn't have to suffer like this. I'll help you anyway, so you'll leave us alone. No can do, sorry. It's not my call. Is this really what you do with your life? Murder and child abduction? I don't have time for this. We're done here. Answer my question. How do you live with yourself? You work for the CDI. Don't you kill and abduct people all the time? Spare me your moral relativism crap. I'm not a mercenary. Sure you are. The CDI is trying to do the right thing. You do whatever the highest bidder tells you to. The right thing? What kind of childish nonsense do you believe in? You don't have to believe in anything to not be evil. I don't believe in anything in particular. And yet, here you are, talking about good and evil. Because we know what that is. We have an intuition for it. Bullshit. There's no such thing. We invented it. No, look. This lizard over here, he's my friend. He's never done anything evil, he can't. All animals just do shit for a while and then they die. Look, are you trying to keep me talking? You can't pretend to not care about anything. In fact, I know you do. You were separated from someone you care about. What are you talking about? The sniper we caught. You care about him, don't you? You wanted to start a new life with him. That's none of your business. But it's funny you mention him. Thanks to you and your colleagues, I won't ever see him again. Didn't you just tell me it was bad to put people away against their will? My daughter harmed nobody. Your friend killed someone and might start a war. Maybe we can make a trade. What trade? Don't try to fuck with me. I know he's never getting out of there. Probably not. but I could deliver a message. What do you want in return? Promise me to keep Laura safe. Promise I'll get her back when this is all over. That depends on your actions. But I can promise that we'll actually let her go if you work with us. Alright, what's your message? Tell him the moon rises in the south. Okay. I'll be back with more instructions.
As soon as the woman disappeared into the night, my facade slipped and I nearly collapsed on the balcony floor. I took out my cell with shaking hands and tapped on Laura's face in my contacts. Maybe. She didn't pick up. I resisted the urge to call Catherine next. I couldn't just tell her about what had happened. She knocked on my door in the early morning, but I didn't open. I tried to decide on a course of action, but I couldn't concentrate. My mind alternated between trying to remember my last conversation with Laura and conjuring up horrible images of her tied to a chair in some basement. Sometime later, my alarm rang. I got up to go to work, not sure if I was ready to talk to Kat. I must have stood outside her apartment for a few minutes when I finally made a decision.
Neil, where the fuck have you been? I've tried to call you a million times. I even came to your apartment. I'm so sorry, Laura still isn't home. I've called all her friends and nobody knows anything. Looks like she never went to that party. Shit! Neil, what do I do now? Listen, Kat. I know what happened to her. Kat, I know what happened to her. What? She was abducted. They took her to blackmail me. I'm so sorry. What are you saying? Who took her? I'm not sure yet. Seems like they're a group of mercenaries involved in Banny's murder. No. They promise they won't hurt her if I do what they say. How can you do that to us? I didn't. It's not like I allowed them to take her. You have to tell the CDI. Maybe they can find out where she is and get her out of there. It's too risky right now. I'm afraid of what they'll do if they find out I snitched. And you think that people who abduct children and murder foreign ministers give a shit about their promises? I'm still evaluating the situation. I'll do everything in my power to keep her safe. What do they want from you? They want me to leak information about the case I'm investigating, about the Liberators. Please, Kat. Trust me with this, okay? I won't let them do anything to her. I have to go. I'll call you as soon as I hear anything. And you do the same, okay? Alright. I'll be here all day. As previously reported, Drovian Foreign Minister Joseph Banny was shot dead by an unknown assassin last night around 1:30. Attorney General Amelia Thorne announced this morning that the CDI has already arrested the suspected killer, but did not elaborate on his identity or motives. Liam Campbell, chief of the CDI's Terror Prevention Unit, which was in large part responsible for Banny's visit during his stay, is expected to make a statement of his own later today. Daniel Marav, Savient Prime Minister of Drovia's colonial government, called the murder an extraordinary failure of the Garian states, adding it was a scandal that Drovian politicians have to fear for their lives on Garian soil. It doesn't help the situation that Mr. Banny's staff was apparently treated very poorly by CDI agents at the scene of the murder. We were threatened into collaboration with them when the jurisdiction was unclear and we were still in shock. Bodyguard Carl Smith told Drovia today, an agent of the CDI forced us to give out an item of Minister Banny's private belongings, added his colleague Lisa Morton. Drovian authorities have demanded an independent investigation into the alteration. Oops. Morning, Conrad. Hope you got some rest after yesterday's incident. Let me bring you up to speed. The chief said he's making some announcement this morning. Didn't sound good at all. But we'll see in a few minutes. We took Cox in for questioning. You can interrogate him later. But first you should talk to Saito. He's in our office and has some new intel on Moore and Cox for you. Okay, I'm on it. Listen, Conrad, I might have been a little intense these past few days. These are special circumstances. You understand that, right? Sure. It's been hard on all of us. I've got to run. Talk to you later. Less than 24 hours after Banny's death, an organisation calling itself the Liberators has claimed responsibility for the attack. It was a scene right out of a movie with screens all over the Capitol playing their radical message. If you weren't there, this is what they said. Hello, fellow citizens. We are the Liberators, defender of progress, freedom and reason. These values have been integral to our society for centuries. But lately, they have increasingly come under threat. Religious radicals calling themselves the Savient Front are aiming to establish a theocratic government on Drovia. The Savient faith is based on superstition and rejects science to the point of where it endangers the lives of everyone under its thumb. We all saw 4 decades ago today what happens when a Savient state is left to its own devices. We can't let history repeat itself. We demand President Robertson end this madness now, put a stop to all independent talks and reinstate full Garian rule. We remove the radical Savient Joseph Banny to get it started. If you do not start implementing measures to meet our demands, more Savient lives will be spent to protect the future of us all. The Savient population on Gara will be taken hostage until the Garian population on Drovia is guaranteed its freedom. We must step up for them if our government won't. Await our next move within 48 hours. It won't be as silent as the first. So far, authorities have not confirmed that the people sending the message were in fact involved in Foreign Minister Banny's death, or what the chilling announcement at the end might do. Disclaimer. The Garian Gazette does not support this message and will continue to stand for togetherness and inclusivity in these difficult times. Ah, good morning, Neil. Hey, Saito. Gary told me you had some new intel for me. Indeed. I put everything on our pinboard over there. Let me give you a quick overview. First, I assembled some basic information on James Moore and his wife. Second, I managed to pull their recent bank statements. Maybe you'll find something useful in there. That's all I could get my hands on for now, but I got more coming tomorrow. And third, I took a look at the CV of the guy who fired at you, Albert Cox. And guess what I found? He's a Savient and he grew up on Drovia. Oh, that's a surprise. I suspected he was working with the Liberators. Well, who knows? He still might. What's also interesting is he changed his name 20 years ago. Shoot, we're running late to that meeting with the chief. Let's go. I'll tell you the rest on the way. Cox was born Albert Bolton. His parents owned a big company at the time, Bolton Security Services. They were responsible for the safety of the Savient colony on Drovia. You mean Sector 2, the one that blew up 40 years ago? Exactly. Bolton Security was sued into oblivion over the incident and eventually went bankrupt. When Cox had finished school, he changed his name and moved to Gara. That's when he founded his own security company using some grant money. Thank you, Sato. Great work as always. Oh, it's nothing. I just did some advanced browsing. Before we go in, I need to ask. Is everything alright? You look not great. Just didn't get enough sleep lately. Thanks for asking. I think everyone's here. Let's start. Thank you all for coming. As many of you know, I've been working for the CDI for 28 years now. I have done everything in my power to defend the values of our planet stands for. The principles of freedom, tolerance, equal rights for everyone, and justice have been guiding all of my actions. I have always been proud of our work and our commitment to the Garian democracy. Sadly, the path to justice isn't always clear, and we have to make difficult decisions. The murder of Joseph Banny has severely harmed the relationship between our planet and Drovia, and it puts the fragile peace of in our solar system at risk. The Domestic Terrorism Division was charged with protecting Banny under my leadership. In light of our failure to do so, the Attorney General and I have agreed that the only appropriate response is for me to resign from my duties at the CDI, effective immediately. I hope that the separatist groups on Drovia will consider this a sign of sincere remorse, and of our intention to make up for the damage that has been done. I enjoyed working with all of you, and I wish you nothing but the best. I hope that each of you will find your way of fighting for justice. I will still be in my office today if there are any open questions or issues you want to talk to me about. My successor will be announced by the Attorney General in the near future. Starting tomorrow, Agent Long will be taking over my responsibilities until a permanent replacement is found. Thank you and goodbye. That was unexpected. Fuck. I can't believe I'm standing in for the chief. I never thought they would pick me. I have to call my wife. Guess I'll be doing some overtime in the next few days. Don't you think it's strange that the AG fired him? Gotta admit, she never really liked him. Maybe she was waiting for an opportunity. But someone had to get fired for Banny's death just for the optics, don't you think? Maybe. But the chief always did an excellent job. It didn't have to be him. I'm not thrilled about it either, but we should focus on the Liberator's threat. I don't want to start my new job with a string of terror attacks. Let's recap what we've got so far. Listen up, squad. Time for a little wrap up. I suppose you're all as surprised as I am about our chief's sudden retirement. However, we need to focus on the Liberators and their plans now. Let's go over everything we've got so far once more. Drovia's Foreign Minister Banny was shot late last night by a sniper who goes by the name of Boyd. Boyd then went to see a woman called Zora, which seems to have been a deviation from their original plan. He convinced her to hand him a stick with confidential stolen data. The next morning, Boyd went to another man to hand him that data, Abraham Gonzalez, CEO of the Drovian company Power Up. We were able to extract a deleted message from Gonzalez's cell, which proves that someone paid him to fetch the stick and send the data to an unknown address once he was outside the Garian network. This leads us to believe that the data cannot have been sent unnoticed via the web, which applies only to the best-kept secrets of the Garian government. We don't know who paid either of them, but the message to Gonzalez was sent via an encrypted channel on the Mercurius network. That means it must have been one of the higher-ups of a large publicly traded company. We don't know what was on that data stick because we haven't been cleared for access yet. Yesterday morning, an anti-Savient terror group calling themselves the Liberators publicly broadcast a video in which they claimed responsibility for Banny's murder. They also announced a second attack within 48 hours. Their broadcast was sent from the Adspot building. They operate all the billboards across the city. At the time the video started, the building was being guarded by a Cox security employee. We have reason to believe that the perpetrator was another employee of that same company, James Small. His wife says that he went on a holiday at Mount Manami Tree Resort, but he never turned up there. We are currently running a planet-wide search for him, but without success so far. The CEO of Cox Security, Albert Cox, opened fire on Agent Conrad and myself when we went to arrest him. Why were you arresting Cox? It was an order from the Attorney General. Conrad convinced Cox to surrender. We arrested him and brought him in for questioning. He had been in the process of destroying hard drives before we arrived. Our IT department is currently trying to restore what's left of the data. Do we think that Cox is a key figure behind the Liberators? He certainly is involved with them in some way, but he doesn't have access to the Mercurius network. We have to assume that there is some bigger fish behind Cox. What's also strange is that he is a Savient himself. He grew up on Drovia. Our current priority is to prevent any further attacks. Colroy, I want you to support the ongoing manhunt for James Moore. Young, we brought some stuff back from Cox's office. Work your magic on us. Let us know if you find something. Sato, you keep gathering as much information as you can on our prime suspects. Conrad, you can check whether you can establish a motive of why Moore would support the Liberators. Take a look at all the evidence you've got, including the information site I put on our pinboard. You should also have a chat with Cox. We brought him to the interrogation room in the basement. Roger that. We also brought our sniper in for a second round of questioning. You give it another try and see if you can get something out of him. Gonzalez surrounded himself with lawyers. Could be a while until we can interrogate him again. That's all for now. Come back at me when you got something. Married to Evelyn Moore. Long time no see. Still not the talkative type, huh? Okay, listen. Things have changed since we last spoke. I turned off the camera so we can talk freely. Your people have kidnapped my daughter to extort me. Last night your friend Zora came to my home to talk to me. But don't get your hopes up. It's about money, not your freedom. She gave me a message for you. What message? I'll tell you if you help me with Laura. If you're bullshitting me, I'm not. What exactly do you want me to do? Looks like I'm pretty much locked up in here. Who are the guys that you and Zora are working for? We both know I can't give you any details. We're mercenaries, that's all I can say. Where do they keep Laura? I have no clue. We have a bunch of hideouts in the city and the whole solar system. I don't even know all of them. In the whole, that's a pretty good, huge organisation you're part of. We're not just some thugs. We're professionals. You want me to help you? I'll give you one piece of advice. Do what they tell you. If I do, will I get her back? We usually keep our end of the bargain. Why are they blackmailing you? The people who asked you to shoot Banny won't pay them because we prevented the handover. Now they want me to help them get the data back. I see. You said you had a message for me. The moon rises in the south. The fat guy I met at Joris Plaza. I was pretty sure he got his assignment from someone in the Telladian business. You mean Gonzalez, the man you brought the storage module, if that's his name. Maybe that'll help you somehow. Thanks for letting me know. Could you tell Zora the sun sleeps in the north? Okay, I'll tell her. Good luck with your daughter. Okay, the chief. Good afternoon, Mr. Cox. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I'm waiting for my legal team. You fired at my partner and me. Care to explain? I probably don't need to tell you what you didn't make the best first impression on us. Your behaviour and your company's involvement in yesterday's broadcast can make it look like you're somehow involved with the Liberators. A quick look at your biography showed me you are a Savians. And you grew up on Drovia. It doesn't make sense to me that you support an anti-Savient terror group. 25 years ago, you moved to Gara. Why? Sometimes life forces us to do things we don't want to. You don't like it here? I don't. Why not? Why don't you ask that yourself and your Faragarians? You consider Drovians your enemy and Savients backwards radicals. If you have the choice between hiring a Garian or a Drovian, you hire the Garian. All the missions we ever get come from the Drovia. Why haven't you gone back then? Because my compatriots are happy to have a reliable partner for their companies here on Gara. We escort their goods, offer them personal security, you name it. Your parents had a security company as well, didn't they? It was responsible for security at Sector 2. Looks like they didn't do such a good job with Sector 2 blowing up and all. You know nothing about my parents. I've already said enough. I'll wait for my lawyers now. Hello, Conrad. How can I help you? I wanted to say goodbye. It was good working for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have to admit, I'm surprised by your decision. It's not like you could have done much more to protect Banny. Come on, Conrad. We both know that doesn't matter. Heads needed to roll for this. Chief, why did we arrest Cox? I mean, it looks like it was the right call, but we didn't know at the time. And why did you give us the arrest order yourself? The AG didn't tell me why she wanted to do it, so I refused to give the order. So you don't know either? No. It seems like it's classified, same as the information on that stick. I see. Chief, the AG fired you over something else, didn't she? I overheard your conversation yesterday. Why are you telling me this? It didn't sound like you were arguing about Banny's death. You are aware that you can be suspended for eavesdropping on your superiors. In fact, it seemed like you were suspecting the AG of something. Is that the real reason why she wants to get rid of you? This one is out of your league. Just respect the chain of command. I see. I'll have to pack up my things now. I wish you all the best for your career at the CDI. Thank you. Your cell contacts haven't changed lately, have they? Haven't changed in years. Good. Conrad, I just read your sheet on Moore. Looks like a motive can be established. She paid his wife another visit. She didn't seem to know anything yesterday. Maybe she'll tell you more if you confront her with her husband's motive. Roger that. See you there.
Once again enveloped by the smell of the market, I thought back to the man I had been when Kat had brought me here. How did it all go so wrong? Deep down, I knew the answer. I was just too scared to commit to my family. It was so much easier to care about something that didn't have to like you back. That wouldn't go away if you didn't want it to. For me, that was my job. But ironically, protecting myself like that only made it hurt so much worse. Now that Laura was out of my reach, the pain of being separated was only amplified by the knowledge that I had missed so many opportunities to be with her.
Hello, Mrs. Moore. Oh, it's you again. Hello. Sorry to disturb you a second time, but I need to ask you a few more questions. So you're still after my husband? I told you he's on vacation in Venus. He isn't. We checked the ID scanners at all spaceports on Gara and Venus. He never left the planet. You must have overlooked something. Listen, I love James, but he's just a poor devil. Shouldn't the CDI be taking care of the big fish? James isn't one of them. I think you're underestimating your husband. He might be about to make a grave mistake. Did you see the Liberators video yesterday? It was hard to miss, yeah. We have reason to believe that your husband is affiliated with them. Seriously? That's what you came up with? He might sell drugs or start a fight once or twice, but this is completely out of his league. We did some research and it seems like your husband has a strong motive. Your husband is being paid for the attack and he needs the money for your medication. It's true that I suffer with a lung condition, but we've always managed, if he carries out this attack and we catch him, he goes to prison for life. If we get him before, the sentence will be significantly less severe. Did you also find out how I got my condition? I was a miner at Millock's Mining on Femus. Turned out that I was inhaling harmful gases for months every day. The bosses knew about it, but the money was too good. Hundreds of people's lungs were irreversibly damaged. And you know what? Millock's got away with it. They were all cleared of charges. No compensation at all. We have to pay for our medicine ourselves. Why are you going after my husband and not after people like them? I'm really sorry that happened to you, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. What we can do is stop your husband from doing something really stupid. We have reason to believe that he is involved in an imminent terror attack. If there's anything you didn't tell me, I need to know right now. What happens if you're right and you catch him? He would probably go to prison for a few years, but it would be much worse if we caught him after the fact. I saw a message on his cell before he left. It was a booking confirmation from a hotel, but it wasn't on Themis. It was at the Korean Hotel here on Gara. I thought he might be cheating on me. He booked it until tomorrow. Thank you, Mrs. Small. You've been very helpful. Promise me he won't get hurt. He's an idiot, but he's a good guy. Please, I need him. Well, I'll do my best. I promise I'll do my best to protect him. Listen, I'm pregnant. If he's about to do something stupid, remind him of our unborn son. That will make him consider his decisions. I will. Thank you for your help.
The Korean Hotel. I didn't even need to look that up. It was directly next to the Grand Church at Korean Square, one of the most important houses of prayer for Saviants here on Gara. It probably would be crowded with believers and tourists tomorrow morning. No doubt it was the Liberator's next target. The rush of making progress in the case only lasted a few moments, until I realized that now I had to make a tough decision. If I told Zora about the target, I couldn't tell the CDI, and vice versa.
Hey. Fuck. You startled me. What do you want? Check in with how your investigation is going, but not here. Too crowded. Follow me. Come on. I know a spot. This is better. The hell are you doing here? Are you following me? I told you I'd get back to you. Anything new on our clients or what they're planning to do next? I might know where the next attack is taking place. Good. Where is it? I can't just tell you that. Well, and I can't protect your daughter if you won't work with us. You need to tell us where and when the attack is taking place. We'd like to have a chat with the people carrying it out, but there can't be any CDI at the scene. Are you saying your people will prevent the attack? We'll take with us the people who are trying to carry it out. People's lives are at stake here. The CDI needs to intercept that attack. Laura's life is certainly at stake. What are you planning on doing with the attackers? What will happen to them? We will ask them who they're working for. You just ask them and let them go? Don't worry about that. We won't let them go through with it. I suspect there'll be an attack on the Grand Church at Korean Square tomorrow morning. Is that the truth? It's what I think is the truth. Good. Thank you. Remember, not to tell anyone at CDI. I did what you asked. Are you letting Laura go now? Not yet. Let's wait and see how things play out tomorrow. You want a beer? A beer? Yeah. Business talk is over. Are you calling destroying my life a business? I guess so. Hey, listen. Did you deliver my message? I did. What did he say? He said the sun sleeps in the north. Okay, thank you. What does it mean? Is it code for something? No. It's from when we were kids. I've known him for a long time. You know, I thought about what you said. I don't think I'm good, or ever have been, but I will say this. I talked to your daughter today. She's a good kid. I do not like the prospect of her getting hurt, so please, don't mess up. How can you? Then get her out of there, please. We'll, My boss won't let that happen. It's all in your hands. If all goes well tomorrow and the guy talks, we might get everything we need. If we can't get to the client that way, we'll have to get the data after all. In that case, you'll have to help us with the hack. The back door was set up successfully from your cell. I hope it was worth it. Gary will have to face consequences for it. You really threw him under the bus there. I guess you're not so righteous after all. Fuck you. This was your doing much more than mine. Unlike you, I never said I was a good person. I feel bad enough about it as it is, okay? I had to protect Laura. If they had traced it back to me and fired me over it, I would have been worthless for you and for Laura. Oh, please. You didn't want to risk your own ass. No matter what you tell yourself, at the end of the day, you do what you do for your own gain. Sometimes it's a few layers removed, but in the end, it's all selfishness with extra steps. I disagree. This is just a convenient way to justify the fucked up things you do. Nihilism can be used as a shield, just like faith. It's convenient to say nothing matters because it makes being in this world hurt a little less. But even you don't like the thought of harming Laura, do you? I think you're doing your best to ignore your conscience. You will have to face it at some point. Not if I die first. Well, this has been fun. Break is over. I have some business to take care of. I'll let you know tomorrow how it went. Hello, this is Ed, the guy from the harbour. Want to thank you again for buying me my spot back. Had a beer in the herring tonight with my friends Fred and Quinn. I'll buy you one too. If you're over at the harbour, Ed. Conrad. How'd it go? Any news from Moore's wife? No, not really. If Moira's behind all this, then she doesn't know about it. Fuck! The attack's going down tomorrow morning. We still have no clue what it's going to be. How is it possible that we don't get a grip on those fuckers? Looks like the only thing we can do is ramp up security all over Gara and hope that they won't go through with their attack. Hey, Conrad. One more thing. Don't want you to hear it from anybody else. Looks like I'm not standing in for the chief after all. What? Why? The higher-ups said they had reason to believe that I tried to hack the CDI's database. How come? I have no clue. I'd never do anything like that. I wouldn't even know how. I told them as much, but they said that a commission of inquiry will need to have a closer look. Apparently someone used my login to try and attack on our network. Shit, Conrad. I just hope that I didn't do that. Hey, I'm sure this is some sort of misunderstanding. Yeah, must be. Well, whatever. I'll talk to you later, Conrad.
I felt like shit for letting Zora and her accomplices intercept the attack. There were so many ways this could go wrong. I didn't want them to take more, or worse yet, somehow miss him and let the attack happen. Don't get me wrong, I didn't regret telling Zora what I knew to protect Laura, but endangering the lives of innocent people wasn't an acceptable trade-off. I couldn't tell the CDI, or even call in an anonymous tip with the police, because the chance was too high that Zora would suspect me. There was no other way. If I wanted to make sure things didn't go south, I had to go to the church myself. I left in the middle of the night, hoping it wasn't already too late.
Good morning, sir. Is this place open? Evening. I'm sorry, but the temple is closed until 6 in the morning. Could you let me in for just a second? It'll be very important to me. I won't touch anything. Sorry. What is this about? We had to increase security ever since that video came out. These are scary times for us, Savians. Someone sprayed "fuck Savians" on one of the temple walls last night. Listen, I lost something during the evening ritual and I need to back for my morning practice. Can I go in and get it real quick? What exactly? My bawas. I see. I forget mine all the time. Happens easily because it's not part of the final meditation. Do you know where you left him? Yes, I think so. Fine, go grab him. Please make it quick and don't tell anybody. Thank you, sir. Mr. Moore, this is the CDI. Hands in the air right now. Step away from the device. Fuck. Oh, no. They're here. Listen carefully. They'll shoot you if you don't cooperate, okay? What the fuck you want about? What's going on here? Mr. Moore, I'm CDI. You have to trust me. Tell them whatever I didn't do anything, okay? I'm just following orders from my boss. Tell them that. Tell who? The people walking up the stairs right now. Tell them the truth if you want to live. And if we're lucky, they won't take you away. Neil, what the hell are you doing here? Don't shoot. Stand down, all of you. Who the fuck is that, Zora? That's our mole. Ignore him. Go get the other guy and make sure we don't blow up. Mr. Moore, you're coming with us. Neil, what is this about? I hope this isn't some kind of trap, because if it is, Laura's dead. What that? Who are you? Leave me alone. It's not a trap. I'm here alone. Where are you taking him? That's none of your business. We had a deal. Moore's just a pawn in this. Listen, I think Moore's just a pawn in this. There are bigger fish in the background. They're the ones we should have a closer look at. Okay? Have a closer look at them then. So you're leaving Moore alone? No. No, please. I didn't do anything. Let me take him in. He deserves a fair trial. What are you talking about? Zora, we need to run. Sorry, Neil. We have to make sure you won't follow us.
When I came to, my head and my shoulder hurt, and I was cold. I remember feeling relief when I realized I was still in the church and not tied up in the back of a van. Everybody else was gone without a trace, except for the bomb. I approached it carefully, but quickly realized it was disabled, or had never been fully assembled in the first place. I knelt down to examine the explosives, looking for clues pointing me to their origin. If Young had been there, she could have run a full analysis. Lucky for me, the explosives were clearly identifiable from their shape and labeling alone. These were Cineon sticks, used in chamber blasting. Nobody had access to those outside of the mining industry. I stepped back, satisfied for a moment. Then the rest of reality came crashing down on me. What would Zora's boss do when he heard that I was here? What were they planning on doing with Moore? And fuck, what about the guard?
Explosive at the
I
stance.
hadn't heard him resist the intruders, so that was a good sign. My heart started racing while I quietly went back down the stairs.
Sir, are you okay? What's going on here? I wanted to check what took you so long and then I saw a bunch of people with guns walk in. hid between the benches. They either didn't see me or didn't care about me. Yeah, I saw them. I hid in the attic. What did they do up there? They took a look around and left again. Maybe they were looters hoping to find something valuable. There's nothing valuable here. Don't they know that Savians don't care about worldly possessions? I'll call the police. Good call. I can't stick around, or my wife will start to worry about me. Wait, the police will want to take your testimony. Sorry, I really don't want to have to be implicated in that kind of stuff. Please don't mention I was here at all. It's just a matter of wrong time, wrong place. But, good night, sir.
Dumb things on street. So many dumb things on street.